Good morning, all you lovely people. It's the grumpy old git in the corner, getting in your face again on quite a bright Monday. Don't think it will stay that way. I've seen a few lines appearing in the sky. Don't quite know what's going on up there, but I won't go into that on here. But we're off again now with the channel paddlers. Roland gave an interview with Sly News, of all people, over the weekend. But he just will not take responsibility for what's happening. I mean, listen to this clip.
You keep describing the situation to me, but not answering the question about what success means. But let me deal with your point about.
Well, and actually, I've been precisely clear about
this. Is it zero boats? You stood up and you said, "I make you this promise." You used the word promise.
No.
Stop the boat.
I do want to stop the boats. I do want to end illegal migration.
Okay,
yes,
that's
because
so the number we're looking at is zero. All right.
You're trying to make a kind of political point-scoring point about it. Do you think? You are?
You
but do you think any?
Yeah, you've stopped them, haven't you, knobend? No. Really looks like you've stopped them, doesn't it? With hundreds coming over again the weekend, and some more getting stuck on sandbanks. I think this time it was the Goodwin Sands, but I haven't heard of any loss of life on that one. But then he started on this thing now about Ireland. Now, we all know Ireland's overrun with the fuckers. It's full. But how are they getting there? Now, according to him, they're coming across from Northern Ireland and walking across. And he's using that as a bullshit excuse to say, oh, the Rwanda fucking plan's working because they don't want to stay here. But realistically, how are they getting there? I mean, you don't see them paddling around our coast to get there, do you? And we don't see any of them paddling across the Irish Channel. So how are they getting there?
Ireland's Deputy Prime Minister says that many of the people who are coming across in these boats are finding their way into Ireland. Are we simply exporting the problem now? Is that the deterrent?
My focus is on the United Kingdom and securing our borders. But what that comment illustrates is a couple of things. One, that illegal migration is a global challenge, which is why you're seeing multiple countries talk about doing third country partnerships, looking at novel ways to solve this problem, and I believe will follow where the UK has led. But what it also shows, I think, is that the deterrent is, according to your comment, already having an impact, because people are worried about coming here, and that demonstrates exactly what I'm saying. If people come to our country illegally but know that they won't be able to stay, they're much less likely to come, and that's why the Rwanda scheme is so important.
Well, apparently, I don't know whether this is right, but you don't actually need a passport to get to Northern Ireland from mainland UK. But you will need ID. If somebody proves me wrong on that, absolutely fine. But as far as I understand, that is the law at the moment. So, how are they getting there? I can't see them flying from any airports. They'd have too much hassle with that. So the only thing I can come up with is that they're crossing with the ferries. Which again, as far as I know, you need ID. But he won't answer the questions. Even when given the evidence, he still maintains he's stopping them. But when he gets called out on anything like this, he just, as usual, deflects the question, blaming everybody else. But to actually turn around and say everybody around the world is coming up with novel ideas of trying to stop them. Novel. Isn't that something like a little toy that you get in a Christmas cracker or in a goodie bag, you know, a novelty? We need somebody with a spine to interview these arseholes and ask the right questions and insist on getting the right fucking answers. Now, if I was asking these questions to them face to face, it would be a little bit different, I can tell you. Because he wouldn't get away with it. He wouldn't get away with that shit with me. If he can't answer the questions and will not answer the questions, I'd call him out and fuck him off. I wouldn't listen to his excuses. He would just be cut from the fucking show. This is why little guys like me don't get to ask these questions face to face. Not a chance. And he proved it again by, during that interview, he was asked about a July election.
Just answer my question about July and we can move on. So it
No,
could be July.
I'm not going to do that, and you're going to try and do this. And I remember you did the same thing when I was Chancellor. Before budgets, you can't put this tax to me and this tax cut
I'm
and
just
say you're
trying
ruling
to
this
get
out,
a
you're ruling
clear
that
answer.
out, and I'd give you the same answer
Okay.
every time. Now,
Okay.
look, on this though, we've talked about it.
You're not going to rule out July.
You're going to try and draw whatever conclusion you want from I say. I'm going to
Okay.
always say the same thing. You should just listen to what I've said, the
All
same
right.
thing I've said all year.
Well, a July election would mean that many people are on holiday. They're either out the country, away from their local polling stations. So is he cutting down the votes if he calls a snap one? But is this somebody that any normal person would vote for in an election? Someone who lies, can't keep their promises, and has absolutely no intention of keeping their promises. Absolutely not.
Always say the same thing. You should just listen to what I've said, the same thing I've said all year. Always say the same thing. You should just listen to what I've said, the same thing I've said all year.
I wouldn't. But that's just my views today on that. But moving on. So now again we keep hearing about this trialling of cancer drugs. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch my rant video on Saturday morning. See what it's all over media anyway. But are these people, including the media, mainstream media, breaking the law? Just by putting out what they are. Now, I don't know whether anybody else has seen this. It was, let's just say I was pointed in the right direction over the weekend to go and have a look. Now, I didn't even know this existed, to be honest. And for somebody that does the videos I do, I'm surprised I haven't come across it before. But just having a quick look, it would seem, looking at this, that it is actually illegal to advertise a fact that there is or could be a cure for cancer. Why is this? I do not know. I don't know. I haven't read the whole thing. I haven't had time to. There's quite a few pages of it there. But please feel free to look this up. It's on the government website, uk.gov or whatever it's fucking called. And have a look for yourselves. Have a read through. Let me know if I'm right about this being illegal. It surprised me. It really did. But anyway, guys, it's clouding over again already now. A few more white lines appearing in the sky, shall I say. But that's it for today. Just a quick one for a Monday. As always, before I go, stay safe, stay strong, and do not buy into this bullshit that fucking idiot is coming out with. Or any of the other politicians for that matter. Respects, people.